What's up, everybody? It's Painkiller already, episode 36, I want to say. And today we have some special guests on the eve of the new Black Ops patch. We have two members of Team Fear. Why don't you guys introduce yourself?
What's going on, everybody? I'm Fear MoHo. I've been a part of Fear for going on 5 years now, and I took over the competitive team back in 2007. And ever since then, we've just been a rising professional team.
What's up, guys? It's Fear Assassin, and I'm pretty much MoHo's right-hand man, and I joined back in 2008 and been doing work with Fear ever since, winning a lot of tournaments and such, so, yeah.
So, first thing, I gotta ask, MoHo, what's your first opinion about Black Ops, just in a nutshell?
My first opinion about it is it kind of brings you back to the Call of Duty 4 feel when it comes to, how many bullets it takes to kill somebody. Yeah. I definitely won't say it's the worst Call of Duty ever made. I would have to say Call of Duty 4, Black Ops, Modern Warfare 2, and then World at War. But that would be my list.
I'd agree with that. Wings won't. Wings is a big World at War guy, but I'd go along with that. How about you, Assassin? How you liking Black Ops so far?
Yeah, for me, it's pretty much just like World at War and Call of Duty 4 mixed together, and it played out really good, and it's definitely one of my favorite Call of Duties, but Call of Duty 4 is always going to be in my heart, so.
I gotta one of the things about Black Ops, I don't find Black Ops to be insanely frustrating. Like Modern Warfare 2, it would seem like half my deaths weren't my fault. You know, I'm safely around the corner and some noob tube splash damages me to death. I put in 5 shots into a guy and he seems to commando lunge through them all and kills me. And those things would infuriate me. With Black Ops, if I die, it seems like a lot of times I got outplayed, and that happens. So
or outghosted.
Or outghosted. Yeah.
Ghost doesn't irritate me as much as it seems to irritate
Play by yourself, Woody. Play by yourself.
You know what? People say I should play by myself more. They don't understand, my scenario. One, half the reason I'm gaming is it's a social thing, right? My friends start online, they're chirping to each other at Skype, who's going to be playing tonight, who's going to be in the lobby, etc., what time you getting on. By the time, 9:30, 10 rolls around, they're already online, they're playing each other, they might have been saving me a spot. I jump in, and then we hang out, and we laugh, and we play in the lobby. That's what gaming is to me. It's like a, virtual locker room kind of thing where you joke and whatever. I'd tell Onslaught about how much I like his mom or whatever, things like that.
Yeah. When I get on, if I'm, I got on and played last night for about 3 hours, and I would have been, the game didn't matter to me. I could have been with that same group of people playing COD 4, World at War, Call of Duty 2, and
Zombies. Right.
Yeah, zombies. If we'd played Call of Duty 2, I'd have had more fun, not gonna lie. At least that would have been something, oh yeah, I forgot about this, but the game doesn't matter to me anymore.
Yes. I have an easier time getting big scores. Not every game, of course, but if I wanted to get a 40-3, I just can't do it when Onslaught and Bendro or Socrates or Wings or Kyle, when those guys are in the lobby, sometimes those guys break 40, but I can't do it. When I'm alone, I can. And I can get games like that when I play solo.
Yeah, I want to touch on Woody's comment about Black Ops. He says, it feels like if he gets killed, he got outplayed. I agree with him. I think, this game, you get outplayed if you get killed. It's not a lot of, random bullcrap that happens. But the big issue I have with the game, honestly, I think would be the guns. Some of the guns, especially if you go from PS3 to Xbox, PS3 guns are way better. And, the registration on there is just so much better. And, the recoil for the FAMAS, I have to use a big, circle reticule just for the recoil to not be as bad on Xbox. But when I go to PS3, it's I switch my whole style up and I use a small red dot. So, my biggest issue with Black Ops right now would be, the guns and the recoil on the guns. They just don't make sense. It's kind of random.
Yeah. You guys ever play public? Consoles?
What happened?
You ever play public?
No, they are definitely not. I'll touch on Woody's comment. They are definitely not the same on both consoles. PS3 tends to play a lot better, but there's frame rate issues. But the frame rate issues aren't really bad in the aspect of, messing up your shot. It's more of an annoyance than anything. So, if you can get past the frame rate issue and the horrible graphics, by the way, the gameplay itself plays way better on the Xbox or on the PS3 than it does the Xbox.
Well, that's pretty interesting.
That. Yeah, I would have thought like frame rate issues, I get that, right? Like cross-platform didn't quite work out. Maybe it was hard to test. Maybe they're pushing the limits of what a console can do, and it works more efficiently on one than the other. Like I can see how that would happen. Recoil being different.
When you play it, you'll see the big, humongous difference. Like, if you guys use the ACR in Modern Warfare 2, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
it's kind of like
ACR
that.
shot faster on PS3.
Yeah, well, when you play with the FAMAS on PS3, you're gonna see like it brings back memories of the FAMAS. It shoots directly straight. Registration is perfect, and it's definitely a gun that's reliable as opposed to Xbox 360. It's not real, good for long range because you have, you have recoil that bounces up, left, right, diagonal on Xbox, and it seems to me on PS3 when you shoot, the only recoil you get is up and down, and there's a big difference, and I really don't know why.
In your head, Moho.
No, it's not in my head.
All right, you mentioned going back and forth to PS3 and Xbox. How big of an adjustment is that for you?
You want to take this one, Assassin?
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much the same thing. It's just getting used to the controller. That's about it.
Oh yeah, exactly.
You say that's it. Like
that's huge.
Running
like,
and swimming are pretty much the same thing. You just have to get used to being in water. like for me, the difference is huge. So, for those of you that don't know, I did a charity drive last spring, and in it, like if you were a bigger contributor, I wanted to play with you guys, and I bought a copy for the PS3. And in the PS3 version, like I just embarrassed myself. Like I wasn't able to jump on that controller and be, a good player. And yeah, so it's not a minor difference to me.
Some people have issues with the controller because I have a lot of my teammates tell me that their thumbs touch when they use it. I mean, I don't understand how your thumbs can touch unless you're not using the tip of your thumbs on the joysticks. I prefer the PS3 joysticks kind of because they're so loose. It's like you have more control.
That looseness is the thing. Yeah, so there's two things. One, the PS3 is looser, so I have a tendency to over-aim. And maybe if I just spent more time on it, then I'd, adjust to that. I have a tendency to over-aim. And then the other thing is, like, I don't hit the D-pad. Like, on the Xbox, I hit the D-pad without thinking it through. On the PS3, like, I'd earn a care package or something, then I'd start nading myself, or who knows what the hell I'm doing. As I'm trying to call the stupid thing. Like, nothing was working like I thought it would. Yeah.
I might agree with Team Fear here. The PS3 controller is superior for FPS altogether.
Everybody just loves this right now. He's got two pros. Like, completely going along with what he's been saying for years.
For years. I can tell you why they like it. I even made a video about it. The PS3 has a very small dead zone compared to the Xbox 360. I mean, you guys know what a dead zone is, right?
I do, and you're right. Yeah, it does have a smaller dead zone.
And it makes it easier to make small adjustments.
Here's the dead zone in the controller, for those of you that don't know, like, if your controller is just barely off center, your character doesn't sit there and steer, spin to the right all the time or spin to the left. And that's done, I think, so that if the controller takes like a minimal amount of damage or where the guy doesn't like auto aim for you, it still behaves okay. And the PS3 seems to have a tighter tolerance. So, if you move the stick a millimeter on the Xbox, then maybe nothing happens. On the PS3, you move it a millimeter and it starts to aim. And that takes a little bit of adjusting because it has that smaller dead.
Yeah, that would explain the registration issues, as opposed to Xbox. Another thing I have, I mean, when it comes to the overall shape of the Xbox controller compared to the PS3 controller, I like the feel of the Xbox controller. But I think if you made an Xbox 360 controller with PS3 analog sticks, I think that would be, the best thing because, like I said, I love the way it feels. I think you have more control, and I love, like you guys are talking about, the registration when you turn, and look around.
How tall are you, MoHo?
I am 6 foot.
6 foot. Yeah, I wonder if you'd like the PS3 controller more if you were like 13 years old, like a smaller guy.
All right, I've said this before, and people
let me say this before we get off this subject. You can't switch the Xbox controller stick out with ones that look like a PS3. You got to change the entire housing out because the sticks are sticks. It's actually the housing under it that actually makes the controlling. The actual little square pieces with all the electronics. That's what you need. You just can't take PS3 sticks and stick them on the Xbox.
Yeah,
I agree. I don't know if you guys know about Evil controllers, but they have these things called Evil sticks, and it's kind of just like the PS3, feel of the joystick. It's got the round top. Mm-hmm. And they did that, but I completely agree with you. I think the homing system underneath the controller is what matters.
I know it does. I spent over $3,000 in the last 2 years trying to get a PS3 controller on the Xbox.
I have a humongous problem especially for Call of Duty, because you sprint with the left joystick, and I run through controllers like that, man. It's unbelievable.
I change about every 2 months.
Are the evil controllers that have PS3 sticks and an Xbox controller, are they competition legal?
Yeah, you can use them. I used them back in Anaheim. They were a sponsor of ours. We don't really affiliate with them anymore. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I used it back in 09 Nationals.
Huh, yeah, because comp legal is what I use as my personal little morality gauge. If you can use it in online competition or in LAN or whatever, then it's good. If you can stick a PS3 and Xbox and they let you use it, then I'm happy to use it. Something like rapid fire or rapid reload, that's illegal, so that's not good.
Yeah, they don't in competition. They don't allow you to have light up controllers or any type of controller that has been modded. They will allow you to have spray, custom painted controllers, but anything other than anything that's not a wired controller, they won't allow you to use. They just they'll tell you no. Especially if you have the rings on your 360 controller purple, or if they're green, if they're anything other than green, you won't be able to use it.
Yeah, because they're representing Microsoft there when they're doing that thing. That's one of their. They wouldn't want it. They wouldn't want that. I can understand
and I
that.
think the wired thing, Kyle, I'm sure you've been to one of these MLG events too. They have, I don't know how many. I'm going to say 300 Xboxes sitting on these card tables, just rows and rows and rows of them. So things like wireless headsets, wireless controllers that work great in your living room don't work as well when you've got two people to an Xbox. Let's see, there's 200 Xboxes maybe, and they have 8 people playing on each one of them, and no, I have that wrong. I don't know, but there's split screens and everything. It's crazy, and there's just a lot of people sharing that wireless bandwidth. It wouldn't work. That's why they all use wired headsets too.
Yeah, they're on the same frequency. There's 3 different frequencies for Turtle Beach headsets or something like that. This is not going to work. And I guess they probably use Astros there anyway.
Yep. So hey, someone told me, and the Fear guys might know this. Are the Turtle Beach headsets, any wired Turtle Beach headset, they're legal, right?
Yeah, any headset is basically legal. You have to have a competition headset. The only competition
as long as
headset
they're wired.
As long as they're wired.
Have you guys seen the PX5 yet? Have you looked at it?
Yeah, we've looked into that. That looks ridiculous. It looks like a really good headset. But
I got a question.
Wait, I want to tell you about the PX. Let me tell you about the PX5, man. It's a wireless headset. It's $250. I want to say that it's Turtle Beach's newest super high end. And by the way, I don't have any affiliate deal with them. I just read about it and got excited. And so it's wireless. It's $250. It works on the PS3 and the Xbox, but it's programmable. So rather than just turn game volume up and down, you can turn footstep volume up and down. You can turn gun sounds up and down. Now, I don't know how well they isolate those sounds, but I was like, wow, that sounds really cool. How awesome would it be to have gun sounds and grenades toned down a bit and footsteps and reloads toned up?
So you're telling...
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, so you're telling me, after going through every Turtle Beach headset that was ever made and finally stepping up to the Astros, now they're going to make a good Turtle Beach headset that I'm going to love?
It could be, yeah.
God
FPS McDuck, you should grab one of those. Dude, pick one up and let us know.
I've been wanting to touch this. I am tired of you besmirching my good name with
with tails or britches and winches, huh?
I swear to God, get this, Kyle. Yesterday, I was on Wikipedia, and somebody had modified the Scrooge McDuck Wikipedia page to have you on there. If you guys check the recent edits on that page, some guy, it wasn't Muzzafuzza, it was a play on his name, Mecha Keza or something like that, modified the Wikipedia page on Scrooge McDuck to include AKA FPS Kyle.
Alright, see, this is bullshit, and you give me a bad... First of all, alright, this $20,000 shotgun that I had that you guys keep going on and on about in my comment boxes, I must get 20 comments a day. Why don't you just sell your $20,000 shotgun, McDuck? It was a fucking prize I won at a fucking tournament, alright? I won it. Calm down. Same thing with that $2,000 rifle in my last video. I won it, okay? I'm not going out spending $10,000 a month on guns. I'm spending $500 or $600 a month on guns to make the videos for you guys. So I don't you to call me Duck.
I think what you're saying is that your vault of gold was not diminished by buying your shotgun?
No, that's a $10,000 table saw. Enough said.
I'm looking on Scrooge McDuck's thing here. It says he has $607 trillion. I mean, Kyle's got a little bit more than that.
If you keep it up, I'm going to post a picture of your house from outer space, and I'm going to show everybody how big it is. Stop it.
Dude, what was I going to say? So I did this video about my friend Dick, right? And, this guy, I know he died recently, if you guys didn't see it. And, he was worth $100 million. And in one of the takes, I was like, this guy was really successful in business. He's the wealthiest guy I know. And that's saying something, because I know FPS Kyle. But, that got left on the cutting room floor.
That's terrible. I don't like it because anytime I'm like, guys, I'm about to buy a $500 gun. If anybody wants to chip in, that'd be really cool because I'm kind of going to ruin the gun when I make the video for you guys. Everybody's like, oh, why don't you just, you got thousands of acres of land and you got tens of thousands of guns and you're a millionaire. Why don't you just buy it, you cheap fuck? It's like, not cool, man. Like, no, you don't know my financial situation. There's not millions of dollars rolling in over here. Just simmer down. Just simmer down. That's all I'm asking.
I got a question back on the competition. How's the PS3 work? Do you have to use the USB cord with it, or how you do that? Because they don't make wired PS3 controllers.
No, you can use the wireless controller over there because like you said, they don't make wireless or wired controllers. But what we do is I know you guys were talking about headsets. I still don't think anything's going to be better than the Astros. I think the only thing that can actually compete with the Astros when it comes to durability and sound is a Sennheiser, but those are like, extreme amount of money. But what we do is we have our mix amp and we take, the little USB to micro USB that goes into your, controller, to your PS3. All we do is plug the micro USB into the back of the Astro and plug it into our computer. And we kind of just use, Skype to talk and use that because, as you guys probably know, the microphones and the sound quality on PS3 is just garbage.
Yeah. Well, they updated those for Black Ops, right?
You guys play PS3 all the time, right?
Well, yeah, we have to play PS3. We're an Xbox team, but we're gonna have to, transition to PS3.
PS3 bought out all the MLG contracts.
Yeah, basically, and they're putting up like $200,000.
But
for I don't know how many years, so it's going to be definitely that's what we're going to be playing. We're going to be playing.
I'm just saying, you are aware that the Sony upgraded their audio drivers. It's not like Modern Warfare 2 anymore.
No, I haven't.
Like the Xbox.
I mean, well, for us, it's kind of better for us to talk on Skype anyway because Skype is definitely clarity. That's exactly what you're going to get. It sounds better than Xbox and PS3 combined. So that's what we're going to be talking on. And I mean, if you have a mix amp, you might as well do it.
You don't need a mix amp. I use Turtle Beach PX21s, and I do it all the damn time.
You gotta have the mix amp, man. No,
mix amps are worthless. How many times have I outside you and Woody? I have a pair of Astros.
Well, no, mix amps, I mean, if you take a mix amp and you plug, the reason mix amps are really good, if you're not using optical sound cable, it's definitely not going to be what you expect. But if you use an optical, you're going to get that high quality sound. And I don't know if you guys use it.
I've had opticals. I've had everything. I like the Turtle Beach.
Yeah, well, Turtle Beach is cool, but you're not getting the sound quality, as you would out of an Astro mix amp. Mix amp is just
a very small difference. Very minute.
You can't argue with him. Both me and Woody are with you on this one. We know how much better the Astros are.
Yeah, but if you're going to spend the amount of money for a Turtle Beach
headset, people who do this
headset,
professionally come in and explain to Wings of Redemption the importance of a mix amp and how it works and how they're matched to headsets, and he's like, "Nope, I got a $30 PS3 headset that's the best you can buy."
It's not like I haven't tried that. You act like I don't own an Astro headset.
Yeah, I'm acting like you don't own an Astro mix amp.
It doesn't matter. I have a mix amp hooked up to it.
You have a Triton mix amp hooked up to an Astro headset, and you haven't tried it.
Bro, it's like this. You took a Lincoln engine and threw it in a Cadillac, and you said the ride was rough.
The engine wouldn't affect the ride at all. That's all in the shocks, pimp.
That's semantics. There's no arguing with him about it. You can't beat sense into him with a fucking hammer.
I'm just saying. On average, I do better than both of you guys. Just saying it.
If you're gonna put the money out and buy a brand new, I
spent thousands of dollars on headsets.
Well, you wouldn't have to if you had a mix amp and just use your Astros. You wouldn't have to because it's not going to break on you.
I don't like them.
Have you used it?
Yes, I've used it.
You used the Astro mix amp?
No, I didn't.
Okay, that's why you got to use that.
It doesn't matter.
Headset with the Astro mix.
All the mix amp does is supply power. if they supply the same amount of power, that's like saying if I use a JVC amp on like a fucking audio bond sub, it's not going to be the same as using an audio bond amp on an audio bond sub. Doesn't matter. It's electricity.
Well, if you take it from somebody who's used both, you know, and
I've probably used more headsets than your entire team combined, and I'm telling you.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Yeah, see that Wings. Once he forms an opinion, it's stuck, baby. That's it. That is the truth.
Like I said, you can't argue with him.
I mean, we play against top of the line competition, you know, and we play for money. And I mean, if there's anybody's word to take, it's definitely ours, you know.
Because I was about to ask you a competitive game question, because I was on Team USA in '98 for StarCraft.
But you don't sound for Zergs, dude.
Hey, I have a different question.
The fact is, I was about to ask these questions right here.
You were going to ask about the AK-74U.
Yeah, I'm going to get to this. I want to ask this question because I want to know this on a Call of Duty perspective. Back when I played competitive for StarCraft, the biggest complaint in the competitive scene was maps. You know, your maps had to be 100% equal. And I never agreed with maps being 100% equal, like almost symmetrically carbon copies of each other. Because I feel that if you're the better team, you could be able to do well on both sides, even at a disadvantage. What is your opinion on maps that are not 100% symmetrical?
I mean, there's a lot of maps on, you know, Black Ops that aren't symmetrical, and they're horrible. You know, symmetrical maps are definitely the maps that are best for competitive play, because if you're playing a map that's not symmetrical, you're gonna have, you know, one-sided maps, such as Villa. For Black Ops, Villa is definitely one-sided. If you get that back spawn every single time, they pull your flag, go straight through the fountain, and it's a cap every time, no matter what. You only gotta watch 2 spots. And you don't change your spawn either. The only time you get your spawn change is when they push into the spawn, and, you know, nobody's ever gonna be stupid enough to do that. So, I mean, you definitely want to have maps that are good. I think, you know, when you're talking about maps and you're trying to, like, get maps for competitive play, there's a big issue because some people like maps differently. And I guess
So, Fear, none of the COD maps are truly symmetrical, right? They're symmetrical in the way that sometimes, like, a Halo map is actually a mirror. But, you play both sides. You know, that evens it up a whole bunch, no?
Well, I mean, like I said, if you play a symmetrical map, it evens it up. But, I mean, if you're not
like, symmetrical, you play twice, right? Like you know, if you were to...
Well, yeah, it definitely... If you have one even side and one non-even side, you always switch. That's what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, there's no telling what's going to happen when you take good side. You can beat a team by 200, and it's kind of just impossible to come back by that. You know, you would want maps that like are so, you know,
why do they score like that?
Why do they what?
Why do they score like that? They take, like, say you play first game and you beat a team by 50 in domination, and the next game you lose to them by, you know, 10, and the next game you beat them by 20, you win. Why do they do that? Why don't you just do it game by game, like best 2 out of 3?
Because it would take too long. They have a schedule. If you go to an event, domination is 10 minutes long for the first side, and then you got to switch, and then you got to.
It's 8 minutes.
I'm sorry. It's 8. Back in Call of Duty 4, it was 10 minutes, but now it's 8 minutes long. So I mean, you do that, do the math, it's just going to take forever. And if you do best out of 3 for just domination, you know that tallies up. That's going to be ridiculous. So what they do is 8 minutes for the first side. If you get, you know, 150 to 50, then you switch and you get whatever. You add up the scores of the both, you know, scores of the game, and then you just, you know, get who the winner is.
Because I see where you're coming from here, but it just seems like it would be like almost unfair. Like,
and plus, there's other gamer types. There's other game types also, like CTF, SnD. You know, you can't really. If you were to do that, you would be spending at least 2 hours in just one match, and they definitely can't do that. Nobody would want to do that either. I mean, it's just kind of ridiculous.
I guess I came from a different. Yeah, the 74U. That's the gun most people consider OP as a motherfucker.
Let me lead into this. So most people consider the AK-74U to be totally overpowered, and it looks like Treyarch is going to reduce the positive impact that a grip has on it. So maybe they're somewhat in alignment. But I feel like I'm in the minority. Oh, did they put it out there already?
They already patched it.
When?
Assassin is the one. Assassin can speak on the AK-74 more than I can, but I'll just give my opinion before I let him speak. Like, when the beginning of the game, before they patched it, it was incredible. It was like, it felt like the MP5 of Call of Duty 4 all over again. You know, it brought a great vibe. They patched it. You know the numbers on the top right of your screen when it says that every time that changes.
They patched it on
I
the
know
5th,
that.
Woody.
Yeah,
What's that?
so definitely.
They patched it on the 5th.
Yesterday.
Yeah, they definitely patched it. I know they put out a patch and they didn't really tell you what happened. It was kind of like you get on, you use the gun, and you're
It's
like,
a
what
hot
the hell?
fix.
So they definitely patched it, and like I was saying earlier, it's definitely. I used to use it. Now I use straight up FAMAS. So I mean, Assassin can tell you more about the 74 than I do, or than I could.
I still think they haven't nerfed it enough. Me and Kyle was talking about this before the thing. The grip isn't the problem. I mean, the grip was part of the problem, but I don't even use the thing with the grip half the time. Half the time I use it with like red dot or dual mags, and it's still just the fucking powerhouse of a weapon, and it's too strong for its class. I think they should make it a carbon copy of the MP5 and just have different attachments. And when you put the grip on it, since the MP5 didn't have the grip, you have a little less recoil. So giving you a little bit of variety there. You want the power of an MP5 with rapid fire or the grip with the AK-74U. I think that would balance it out.
It would balance it out when it comes to the SMGs, but I mean, do you want them to nerf a gun so bad to where it's not even, where it can't even compete against an assault rifle?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Submachine gun's not supposed to compete against an assault rifle at long range.
Well, especially,
it's supposed to lose to it.
Not at long range, but here's my thought.
Not at long range, of course, yeah.
But so sniper rifles and shotguns have extreme advantages and disadvantages. SMGs and assault rifles have sort of minor advantages and disadvantages, right? The SMG is slightly better in close quarters and it's slightly worse at a distance, and the assault rifle is the opposite of that. It seems like people want the SMG to be as worthless as a shotgun at distance, and it's not supposed to be that way. SMGs and assault rifles are supposed to be cousins. You're
defending the 74U, but think about the PM63. It's supposed to be balanced in that category. What reason should I use the PM63 versus the AK-74?
It's supposed to be balanced in the game. If you wanted to argue that the other SMGs needed to be buffed a little bit so that they could compete with the assault rifles, I would agree with you. If you want to say the AK-74U has to be nerfed so that every submachine gun is equally sucky and worthless, then I'm like, no. The AK-74U goes toe-to-toe with assault rifles. It's a little better.
Which is the only gun that
worse.
Can do that, by the way, in the submachine gun class.
Yeah, it's the easiest gun to use on the game at this point.
No. I tell you, I think I do better with the AK-47. I do better with the FAMAS. I do better with the AUG.
Yeah, I believe the FAMAS is the best weapon in the game. And then
I've been saying that all along.
74U.
Yeah, and the AUG is about the same, is it?
FAMAS. The AUG, though, the recall on it's a little, all over the place. But the FAMAS, it's probably the best. It's not the best close range.
They need the nerf of FAMAS, too. They need to make it have worse hip fire.
That's what you think? I don't know.
I really don't think that's the problem, Jordan. I think the problem with the FAMAS is how fast it shoots. I think if you slowed the FAMAS down when it comes to, how fast it shoots, I don't think the hip fire would be a problem. I think it's just when you have a gun that's shooting out faster than another gun, registration tends to come into play. And that's why sometimes the AK-74 doesn't match up to, the FAMAS up close, especially on a map like Summit. Summit is ridiculous for the FAMAS. I use that up close and long range. So I can see where you're arguing where the FAMAS is like the best gun because it is good close, medium, and long. But I still don't agree with you on the 74. I think maybe if they never patched the AK-74, yeah, that was a beast gun. Long range, short range, and mid range. But now, I mean, it takes what, like 5 bullets to kill somebody long range? And in this game, you know how long it takes to kill somebody. And it's just not going to happen, especially in competitive play, because nobody's going to sit there and let you shoot them 5 times.
Yeah, see, that's something I wanted to touch on. So you got to keep in mind, we play. How much Publix would you say you play in comparison with scrims and actual competitive play?
Like when we play, I'm sure if Assassin can vouch for me here. We're not cocky at all, but when we play public matches, it's a joke.
Oh yeah,
it's absolutely a joke, and I think we only play public matches right before we have a match
warm up,
before we scrim.
pretty much.
Just to warm up.
Well, I use when you agree on this that you got to use public matches as the balance, since public matches are 98% of what the game's played on. You get 2% of the entire Call of Duty population to actually play competitively, so you got to balance it for the public game.
Yeah, but when that 2% of the people that are playing competitively are just way above in skill level than the people in pubs. It's just, when you can take myself or Assassin can go into a room by himself and you join a room that's 150 in domination and the team you join only has 50 points and you can just be the outcome of that match and end up making your team win, that's a joke. And plus you gotta play against claymores, noob tubes, people that use all these retarded perks and stuff that we don't use in competitive play. Well, I shouldn't say retarded because a lot of people use them, but the perks that are kind of like newbie, I guess you could say.
I never understood why they outlaw those kind of things. Claymores are there to help defend. Why would they outlaw those in competitive play?
There's no skill involved.
Because there's no skill involved.
Matter.
You can put it on a flag. You can put it on a flag.
The idea is to beat a team, not outskill somebody.
But I mean, yeah, are you trying to outskill somebody in the aspect of putting a claymore down or trying to outshoot them? So that's
when I played StarCraft, they had no rules against you like microing the keyboard or taking keys off the keyboard. The idea was you beat the other person.
Well, see, there's the difference.
When I come to first-person shooters, they outlaw anything. Yeah, I'm just saying.
No, I'm glad there's no claymores. I think it makes for a more entertaining game to spectate.
And plus, it's more fast-paced.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I should have said, right?
This game is slow as shit.
All the equipment tends to drop down the tempo of the game, right? But by taking away motion sensors, by taking away claymores, by taking away all that stuff, then you have to get your body in two different spots. You have to run around and make things happen in
yeah, you always have to watch your back too. You don't have a claymore or a camera watching for you,
Yep, so no one's ever sitting still
worthless.
Or a motion sensor then. I bet you don't think they're worthless.
Motion sensors are bomb.
The more stuff there is in Call of Duty, the more stuff that they add, I just think it's the worse it gets. I mean, think about Call of Duty 4.
The thing is, it's better if it's just basic, straight out, no equipment, just gun skill, And
yeah, when you play Call of Duty 4, you thought when you first played Call of Duty 4, and don't lie, when you first played it, you were like, man, what's what? All these, kill streaks, this and that, and you thought it was like confusing.
I started World at War. I didn't like all.
Well, even World at War was confusing. There was so much bouncing Bettys, and they had different names for everything. It's kind of like, if you're playing a competitive match versus competitive players, and you have nothing to rely on, you don't have kill streaks to rely on, you don't have claymores to rely on. The only thing you have to rely on is your skill and your gun. That's it, and your secondary, and your nades, of course, and stuns.
I think the way you can tell how much bullshit is in a Call of Duty game is how long the rule book is for each game for MLG play. I guarantee you the rules for COD 4 are like a quarter of what the rules for Modern Warfare 2 were.
Yeah, they definitely were.
Yeah, because
they added more stuff in Black Ops. There's more stuff to ban. There's more stuff that they have to test out and make sure. I mean, right now, MLG doesn't even know their rules yet. They're just going by, what they think is competitive. I guarantee you 2 months from now, right before it starts to hit the circuit, I guarantee you everything's going to change.
Would they ban the FAMAS from competitive play?
No, they'll never do that. FAMAS is like the M16.
I don't think they'll ban any weapons.
That's right. I think Assassin's correct. They did bring down the G11. Nobody really uses the G11. The G11 is kind of like a you use it, I'll use it type basis. But to be honest, if somebody kills me with a G11, I feel like that kid is so fucking trash. He needs that gun to kill me. So a lot of people don't use that. But I mean, if the guns that you don't want to
that's funny because the pub community looks at it differently. Like I've had subs ask me, "Hey, use guns that no one's really using in their videos. You try like the G11." Whereas if I pull out an AK-74U, oh my gosh, the haters come out of the woodwork.
Yeah, well,
you see it too much.
Another thing too is I want to touch on it because I know you guys said like the pub community is definitely really big as opposed to the competitive community, and I think a lot of people are kind of upset about the sniping in this game, and I really do believe pubs is a big majority of snipers. And I mean, a gun that snipers do not want to play against is not necessarily just the FAMAS, but what is it? It's the AK-74. That's the only gun that can actually mess up a sniper. So I mean, I can understand where the pub people are coming in saying, "No, we don't like that gun, this and that." I've seen so many forums on the Black Ops forum saying, patch it, make it horrible, this and that, make snipers better. And there's just a big community of snipers that really don't like those type of guns.
Well, I don't have a huge problem with the 74U. My problem is with Ghosts, but you probably guys don't pretty much know about Ghosts since you don't have kill streaks in public play.
No. I mean, even if, I don't know. I mean,
Ghost destroys this game.
It does. I mean, that's just the stupidest thing to add in a Call of Duty game is something like that, where you just disappear from radar.
So Team Fear, right? You guys are one of the top teams for COD on the planet. What's your practice schedule like?
You want to take this, Assassin?
Yeah, pretty much, whenever it gets choppy, you're having there in school, and whenever they come home, give them an hour or two, and then whenever they get on, everyone calls each other, get everyone on, and that's probably like around 5, 6, and we'll probably, we'll play till like 11, 12 at night, so pretty much a good 5, 6 hours a day at least.
All right. And when you guys are playing together, you pretty much just go to GVs and crush everyone? You go to scrims against other top teams? Are you in private matches, like teaching each other nade spots? What's it like?
Well, if we don't have tournaments, we're pretty much always doing Bs or scrims, and that's pretty much it.
I think right now is the best time, the time where you're going to put the most time into the games in the beginning of the game.
Hold on a second. Someone's got audio feedback.
It's not me.
Is it still there? I don't think it's there anymore.
It's gone now. Can you start over?
Yeah, I think, to touch on Assassin's practice schedule and whatnot, I think, a lot of the times and hours that we put into the game itself is in the beginning of the game because rosters change. There's so much stuff you have to understand about the game. Just the maps, the nade spots, what gun to use on certain, just what gun to use on certain maps. For some that use smaller like SMGs, like AK-74 or even an MP5. But once you start playing and get to know, your roster that you have set for the future and you start building chemistry, I think you don't have to be as strict when it comes to, being on at a certain time of day or just, at least playing 5 hours a day. You don't have to do that if you have chemistry. I think so that's what a lot of teams need to start doing now is start worrying about chemistry because instead of how long, they're on during a day.
Are you trying to say they should build trust in each other instead?
Yeah, you definitely have to build a friendship. Yeah, you have to build a friendship with your team. Chemistry is what wins games. I don't care what anybody says. We had a slow start. We've been off the radar. We've been doing that on purpose, by the way, because there's no point in being a spotlight when there's no tournaments. No acknowledgeable tournaments that need to be played. We haven't really been, I guess, on the top of our game because we have, roster changes. We've made some mistakes on picking up some players, so we kind of got set back. But I do believe chemistry is definitely what makes teams win. And just to see how my team right now is coming together with the players we have, not even just in game but out game, it's really incredible, man. Every team should feel like that, and I think that's what a lot of people. Yeah.
You guys want to do a non-gaming question? Or you have more game stuff to wrap up?
I got one question about because I've only seen Fear play one game, and it was against AOX, and it was against 2 maps. It was Demolition on Terminal and Invasion. I want to ask him about the Invasion B-bomb. What do they think about that set?
On demo?
Yeah,
what do we think about where it's set up? Yeah. Why it's?
I mean, because you guys lost bad in that. You guys lost bad on that B-bomb, and I was wanting to know what your opinion of it is, and what would have been a better way to dig a team like AOX out of a B-bomb site like that?
I'll go ahead and give my opinion first, and Assassin give his. When it comes to B-bomb, you're on defense, you spawn right next to it, and you can easily get nades on it, for people who are planting it, or just anywhere around it. I think one of the strategies for Modern Warfare 2, one of Fear's main strategies was to get to B-bomb first, try to kill them out and do what we have to do, get them away from the bomb site and plant it. There's certain setups you're supposed to get to stop them from nading the person that's planting the bomb. If you were to, fail your first rush to B, obviously you guys know you need time, cause B, like you guys are saying, is horrible. So you need time. So you definitely got to go back to A bomb site, get that one because that's easy. A blind man with no thumbs can get that one. So once you get that one and you start getting time, that's when you start constructing strategies. You want to take over the broken side. You want to start taking over mid-tank, make sure they're not back chicken coop. Once you have that, you always want to just have somebody set up in the middle, making sure they don't cut off from the crevice, the little crack in the wall. And you always want to have somebody in store and one person by the tank, by the chicken coop, and the other guy planting on the back left side of the bomb. Once you have that set up, the problem with that is, when you do die, you spawn so far away. I think you spawn back gas station.
Yeah, you do.
And that's the problem. If you have a team that knows what they're doing and they can set up and they can stay alive, I honestly think that's the best thing you can do against the team.
I saw a setup on that map in Search and Destroy. I don't know who this was. This might have been you guys, but somebody was using a thermal FAMAS to peek the bomb from from that building right next to gas station all the way back at the search spawn once they had it planted, and that was just ridiculous. I remember seeing that. That was one of the cooler things I'd ever seen. They had a weird
I got one more
sightline.
question before we get off the gaming. I want to get your guys' opinion. Like, I play a lot of Demolition, and one of the big Demolition maps I have, since I play solo a lot, is carrying teams on Summit when you got a plant. I can't really decipher which bomb is harder to, plant. What's your opinion on the Summit demo map? Have you played it?
You can take that one, Assassin.
Yeah, I played it. Wait, the B bomb, is that the bomb outside?
Yeah, it's
From,
the
like,
one.
control room?
It's like the one right there on the walkway to the far left of the map, the open walkway, and it has like the.
Oh yeah, I know exactly now what you're talking about. Well, Demolition is really not, it's not an MLG game type anymore. But when I did play pubs, A's the one that staircase.
A's
right?
the one.
A's the one on Summit.
outside. A's the one right outside the war room at the base of the stairs, and B's like almost diagonal to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I think A was a lot easier to get, right? Am I correct?
Yeah, A is a lot easier to get when it comes to like off the start. But A is kind of also you can throw nades over, we call that whole entire mountainside, we call that Summit. You can throw nades over Summit and stop them from getting it. The hardest one to stop from getting if you spawn in the back of your base is B. But off the start, if you're trying to get either bomb site, the best one to go for is A, so that way you can get your time and then go for B. B is a lot easier to get when it comes to setting up.
I'm not asking this in a team kind of situation. I'm talking about if you were playing public by yourself and you had 5 randoms. What's the best course of action to take?
Definitely. If you're playing by yourself, the best thing you can do is kind of try to stray away from you planting the bomb.
When I'm playing pubs and I'm playing Demolition, all I ever do is go for kills. I don't even worry about planting the bomb, but that's just me.
Don't.
Oh my
So just
god.
let your teammates
I
plant
love
the
it.
bomb.
I love that.
That's the last.
Well, here's what you do. You don't worry about them at all.
He's like, that's the last thing on my mind is that bomb.
Yeah, because you're always going to have your teammates, people that are trying to rank up in prestige, they're always going to be wanting to plant. You can't really count on them to kill the other people.
If
So
you're killing all of them off, one of your teammates is definitely gonna.
yeah,
have it.
definitely.
Kind
I
of,
love
I don't
this.
know. Like,
I
if you're
love
making a
this.
video, it is so much more impressive to me see a guy who clears out the whole area, plants the bomb, and then defends it. Like, if you can get that done.
The reason I'm asking you guys this question is because this is the kind of scenarios like we as public gamers have to face, where you generally, if you play with a team of stacked individuals that are really good at pub stomping, it's hard to get games that kind of stand out. But if you can carry a team of randoms and win a game, it kind of, and in some cases it's hard to do that because your team just sucks so bad. I'm talking about like 3-40, 5-86. The stupid numbers that human beings should not be able to put up because motor skills should not be that bad. How do these motherfuckers brush their teeth? It's like, but
All right, man, let's stop talking about games. This is getting boring. You guys ready? All right, so I'm going through my YouTube mail. Like, you guys would not believe the messages that come to me, but I think I don't know if everyone gets them, but I have this notion that because I have kind of like every now and then I put up these wisdom videos, that people ask me these questions. So here's one I was looking at last night. The subject is, I'm 15, going through bad times, help me, Woody. And by the way, this guy's going to stay anonymous. I'm not telling anyone, even his login. So here goes. Hey Woody, I've been watching your vids for a while and I look up to you a lot. I've decided to come to you with this question because I feel you're extremely wise. Well, I'm 15 and I'm having a very, very rough time determining my sexuality and I'm scared. It's crazy, dude. When I think about guys, I feel a nervousness inside me, but I don't get an erection. And when I think about girls, I feel pretty much the same way, but I do get an erection. I know this is really crazy for me to be sending you this, but I can't talk to my family or friends about this. They might think I'm weird. I also find myself fantasizing about guys again. No erection, but I do feel something inside me. When I fantasize about girls, I get an erection though. So I'm worried about this nervousness within me about guys. Do you think I'm fighting an erection? I don't feel like I am. It's so scary, dude. Please reply. I need somebody to talk to and you're all I have. I know it's sad. Please help. Well, almost done. This isn't a joke either, so please don't think I'm kidding. I just need to talk to someone. My ultimate question is, have you ever experienced anything like this? I need some dude. I need someone, dude. No, I need somebody, dude. Please reply. So yeah, this guy's fully anonymous, and he's possibly bi.
All right, let me take this.
Let me field it.
No, please let me
We can
start.
all field it.
Let me start.
Kyle, go first. I'll pick you.
Okay, first of all, Shaggy, it's okay to have those feelings.
Even a joke.
No, let me say this. Like if he's 15, like he's got so many chemicals flowing through his body, hormones going through his body and crazy stuff going on. He doesn't really know what he's feeling. Like you can't really, I really don't think you can make a decision about your lifelong sexuality at 15. You're definitely not going to be able to make the decision that you are in fact, a homosexual or a bisexual. Like I would say, just don't do anything weird with any guys in their cars, like old guys hanging outside your school. Oh God, I know you're gonna make a joke about me hanging outside of schools now. But just don't do anything that you're gonna end up like regretting in 3 years and being like, how am I gonna now? I have to tell my wife. It's probably nothing. It's probably just
perfectly
hormones.
normal.
Well, I'm not going to say it's perfectly normal because it's a little weird that you're feeling tingling feelings for men. It's a little odd.
He didn't say he was feeling tingling feelings.
He said he thought
about
men.
He said he thought about it, and that's a different thing from thinking about what would it be like to kiss a man and fantasizing about kissing a man. Two complete different stories here. I mean, like you said,
is what it would be like to kiss a man. It has never occurred to imagine.
You've never had a homosexual thought, Kyle. Come on now.
No.
I never have either. I don't know what you're talking about.
You've never sat around and be like, I wonder what a transsexual will be like at giving a blowjob.
No.
Come on, Kyle.
Come on, man. If you're getting that thought, I think you need to start beating your meat a little bit more just so you don't have, that type of physical tension, dude. You need to start doing something constructive because if you're thinking that way, there's something definitely wrong.
You guys want to hear my reply?
Yes.
Sir, this is what I wrote. No, I haven't shared any real attraction to guys. I will say that you're 15, and you don't need to get this figured out in any kind of a hurry. Sometime in the next 10 years is fine. If you're bi, I think you should be selective with who you share that with, because there isn't any need to make high school harder than it already is. Hopefully, 10 years from now, that kind of advice won't be necessary, but today I think it is. On my opinion, if you're bi, I'm not sure. You could just be admiring someone as kind of a role model and not a sexual thing. It's not at all weird to be starstruck if you're around somebody you think is awesome, even if it's not a bi thing at all. I get it nearly every night when I play Call of Duty and they aren't gay. They're just happy to meet someone with a YouTube channel. So yeah, how narcissistic. I wrapped it around and talked about myself. But,
I like, that's like pretty much, I agree with that 100%. I just wasn't able to put it quite so eloquently. That's perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, do I think this guy's bi? Well, I can't be sure. But, I'm not bi, and I remember one time, so I was a lifeguard, and, there was this hierarchy in the lifeguards, like 130 guys, they're all, kind of in shape or whatever, and, but some of the guys represented us in competitions against, other beach patrols and such, and, one went on to be a doctor, so it was here was this guy who was, this, primo athlete, and then, one of my second or third years on the beach patrol, he became a doctor, and it was this guy just had it so together that I was kind of starstruck by him. He was the coolest kid in high school, the same kind of, popularity kind of scale. And now he's a doctor and he just has everything so together that I was starstruck by the guy. And I wonder if he's getting similar kind of feelings, just look, sometimes things are like that. I bet when, the two guys we have from Fear here meet people who, treat them like they're not just normal guys too.
Yeah. Well, and another thing I just want to clear up. First of all, somebody called me a homophobe. First of all, I am not afraid of gay people, and I think I heard a comedian say this one time. Why would you be afraid of a gay person? I don't get that. And I think that sometimes you mistake someone who hates gay people with someone who's afraid of them. And I'm not saying that I hate gay people, and I don't think anything I said there made it sound like I hated gay people. I don't hate gay people. I don't have any ill intentions toward them. I don't think we should round them all up and put them into camps or anything. I'm just saying that I wouldn't feel comfortable at all being gay let me just say this. I wouldn't feel comfortable at all doing what is required to be gay.
You guys want to hear another one?
Yeah.
Assassin, how old are you?
I'm 19. I just turned 19.
19. Cool. That's about what I was hoping for. So you go first on this one. This one's, the title is, I Need Some Help with a Girl Problem. And this is a guy writing. Hi, Woody. I kind of need some help with a girl problem. Let me fill you in on what's happened here. Well, there's this girl at my school I like, and when I see her, she blushes or looks away fast, and slowly turns her head back, and there's no periods in this whole thing. Slowly turns her head back, and if I'm still looking straight forward. So by the time our school formal happens, I ask her if she'll go to the dance with me. She says, I'm sorry, I made plans with friends. And I'll paraphrase, he checked with her friends, that turns out to be true. So now the school's having another dance on the 15th of January, so I'm wondering if I should ask her out or not. Please message me back, and I'd love it if I got a reply. So I didn't actually write him back, but I'm bringing it up on the podcast. So this guy likes a girl. She's given these, nonverbal clues that she might like him back. She made friends. Should he put himself out there and ask her to the dance again?
I would definitely do it. I mean, he really has nothing to lose, and I wouldn't want something like that, I wouldn't want to regret something like not asking her,
Absolutely.
So,
I bet FPS Kyle, dude, one of the keys to success with these girls, especially your age, volume, baby. Do you have any friends who asked a girl out and got a no? Do you look at him in a different way? Do you sit there and mock him for the next 6 months or 12? No. Dude, no's happen. What the heck? No big deal. Ask her out. Put yourself out there. Make a go at it. And if she says no, roll on to the next woman. She wasn't good anyway. Bitch.
Here's my advice. Ask her out again, but make sure it's not in a public setting.
Yeah, well, I mean, of course. Like, I don't think you ever want to, ask somebody on a date. Like you don't want to stand up at dinner.
I've seen that happen in school.
Yeah,
I remember.
I think non-public setting is right.
Bobby.
But I'm telling you, you do not have to be embarrassed if you get a no. No's happen. Screw them. Get 6 no's a night and a yes, and you're a freaking winner. You nailed it, baby.
I remember that there was this black kid in I think I was in 10th grade. He asked this black girl out, and it was in computer class, and she makes the most loud and announcing answer I've ever seen. Like, she gets up hell no, this motherfucker wants me to go to the dance with him.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Oh, that's messed up. I mean, that could
What
be
a
the
cunt.
alternative to what, bad could happen if you ask a girl, so you definitely want to stray away from the public.
did he go to school the next day?
I honestly don't remember that much about it. I just remember
She
that
might
little
get
scene.
slapped after that.
You guys going another one?
That's where Chris Rock says he understands.
Yeah, I understand. Real,
So
man.
this one's actually a new game idea. So I made a video or two about how Black Ops feels. I don't mean to bag on Black Ops, but a lot of guys are feeling, and kind of me included, that it's a little bit stale, that it's not as fresh as, say, when COD 4 came out. And we wanted ideas for game modes. So this guy has a cool idea. The game mode is Convoy. And essentially, you have a convoy vehicle set up with a health bar, and there's a couple rounds, and you pretty much have to escort this convoy vehicle as it makes its way across a map and keep it alive. And apparently nades and RPGs don't work, just to stop people from doing lame stuff. But I'm shooting the convoy, you're defending. What do you think? Neat game type?
I don't see how that worked.
No? You don't see it? Go ahead.
One of the downsides of Call of Duty having 60 frames per second is the fact that the maps can't be too overly big. Like, you can't put Battlefield maps on a type of engine like that because the systems can't handle it. And a map like Convoy
make the convoy roll slowly, right? Like, roll at almost, walk speed, but not sprint speed. And have it, take a route that you might take and capture the flag on launch.
Yeah, it could be something like that. But I'm just having a hard time, because I'm still thinking about Favela again in the block. The city block where it takes you 4 seconds to run it, or it might take you 5 minutes in real life.
Yes.
How slow can you get down that block? That thing had to be moving almost retarded.
Yeah, one issue to me is the spawns, right? Like, if I spawn right on that convoy again, then, dude, why even kill me? I'm coming right back to life instantly on it. If I spawn, let's take Favela, up at the top by A domination, and the thing's working its way down the street, make a left into the bus stop there, then, I die one time and all of a sudden the convoy's undefended. So I haven't quite figured out how the spawns could work for it, but I do applaud the guy for coming up with a new idea. Like, my personal new ideas are just take Halo ideas and put them in Call of Duty, like Headhunter. Or,
I picture this. Let's put that convoy on that block of Favela, and you have motherfuckers jump off the building with 2 C4, blow it up, and suicide themselves. I mean, because you could.
Explosives wouldn't work. But yeah.
Yeah, another thing, like, if they had, SnD, like, Counter Strike style, I think that would be perfect for Call of Duty, if you know what I'm talking about, like, 1 minute rounds, first to 8, I mean, that would be the best thing for SnD. Like, I always, like, hope they would do something like that, but you can't really put the round time limit, you know, that low. But I think SnD would play out a lot better. If you know what I'm talking about, Counter Strike style. You guys ever played that?
No. Do you guys want a new question? New email?
Yeah, let's get his new email.
Can I share? All right, I know this is your show. Can I share one that I just got?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is our show, baby.
All right, I just put it in the chat so you guys can read it. Okay. Hey, Kyle. Don't know if you're still checking this, but I only just listened to the podcast yesterday. This is from last week's show. And unlike the other idiots, I'm sending genuine photos. I did the one with the boobs with FPS Kyle signed across them, but I took the photo in the mirror so it's backwards. Sorry. Anyway, I love your YouTube clips and your channel. I think it's amazing. And of course the podcast. I think it's not only hilarious, but also very intelligent. You guys are by far my 3 best commentators. I love Wings and his take no shit style of dealing with his subs. I think Woody is a genuinely amazing dad. He's a lovable, huggable guy. And I look up to him almost like he's a father figure. Not that he's old enough for a 21-year-old Spanish daughter-in-law. Plus, I think you're ridiculously hot. Especially when you're handling a gun.
Nice.
I would love to be under you if you were ever in London and wasn't some no strings attached sex. I'm totally up for it. Law, you probably get fangirls telling you that all the time. And please make sure these don't end up on the internet or whatever. I know it's weird because I don't know you, but I'm trusting you. Bye. Hope you like the photo. And it's got her name. And I promise I'm not sharing the photos with everybody else. I just thought that your email was really cool. So thank you very much, my dear. And
yeah, just so you guys know, I have not seen these photos. I was like, I'm looking in the Skype conversation, like, for attached photos, and there is nothing. So yeah.
Thank you very much, and nice boobs.
I never get the 4% of my female population sending me anything like this.
I got 5% female, my friend. You start putting your face on cam, that number just steadily rises. All right. It was nice.
MoHo, you still with that little Chinese girl?
No. We broke that off about a year ago.
You guys broke up?
Yeah.
Oh man, dude, I saw this. It was like, you ever see the Lego robot characters talk back and forth at each other?
No.
Have you seen? No? Oh man,
No.
someone
I know
made
exactly
one,
what you're talking about.
One of the Lego characters was you, Fear MoHo, and the one guy would say MoHo, and then give you some body style
Oh, the
insult.
YouTube things?
Yeah, and the guy would come back and he's like, "What does it matter what I look like? I have a hot Asian girlfriend."
Yeah. I've seen those things get made almost every day, man.
Oh, I hear you, man. You get a lot of positive feedback. You get, in my case, I get mostly positive feedback, and then the negative feedback comes too, and it's all over the place, man.
I don't mind the negative. All right, here's my negative feedback. Fuck you, cocksucking faker. Fake, fakety, fake. And then I get that message I just got with attached photos. So it evens out pretty nicely. I'm pretty happy.
In the last week, I have had songs made about me, both on the positive and the negative. One guy cursing me out, one guy who appreciates the work I put in my channel.
Yeah.
So
Somebody made a joke about, Only Use Me Blade was on well, you guys probably don't know who that is, but there was a guy on here with us last week and he made a joke about black seamen being lazy, and apparently that's incredibly racist. I thought it was funny.
I want to say something about racism right now. Racism is not what you say, but it's an idea. I could say, I can give you a racist joke and not be racist. But if in the same aspect, if you want to come to my house, I'm like, you can't walk in because you're black. That's racism. If I slip up and, make a racist joke, that does not automatically label me as a racist. You got to kind of be able to decipher between the two. You kind of follow me with this? Anybody follow me?
Yeah, I agree.
There's a difference.
I don't think you can just stamp someone a racist for them saying one word or one phrase or making a joke. Racism is a whole racism is like a way of life. I have met racists and they're hardcore. You bring up anything. You can be like, man, my drink was flat that I just got from Wendy's over there, and they're like, yeah, it's cause of and then they give you a couple racial slurs. It's cause of them. They're the ones who did it. And I'm like, no, man, that was a white lady that served me that Coke. Oh, go look at her manager. Let's see who that was.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Go look at the manager.
You know, that's what a racist is. Like, I mean, if you joke about lazy semen, like, come on, take a joke.
I've seen people walk out of Bojangles because they had black people serving food around where I live.
Oh, that's dumb as shit. No, if I'm going to Bojangles, and there's white people back there, I'm fucking leaving.
I play with Bash almost every night, and this thing is racist joke goes on constantly, and it's the funniest thing. Like, so Bash, he's totally comfortable. We get along. It's I don't know, a nice peer thing going on. And I was telling him that, I think Onslaught wasn't in the game. And I'm like, Onslaught doesn't like your kind. He was telling me. And he's like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, man, he was just going off about your kind, that you live in igloos, that you do nothing but play hockey. He's Canadian. So, yeah.
He's black Canadian.
Yeah,
he's funny.
Anyway.
Watch out, Woody. There's going to be a rap video about this tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Is that, how is that racist? I was pretending. A little switcheroo. I don't know. I got another
I wonder
email.
if he called culturist or something.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Bash doesn't even like hockey. He's not a proper Canadian.
I've been called a racist when I said I don't like British people. I was like, what? How can I be racist for not liking British people?
Yeah, I don't know what you'd be for that. Here's another one. Advice. And by the way, I don't give out the names on this, so these guys, whatever. Hey there, WoodysGamertag. I'm wondering if you could offer me some advice. I recently moved to a new area where I don't know anybody. I've been in this high school for about 3 months, and I just can't seem to make many friends, and I don't know how to get it, because I had a lot of friends at my old school. I don't know if there's something I'm doing wrong, and how I could make some friends. My dad keeps telling me that these things just take time, but I didn't think it would take this long. I'm wondering if you've ever gone through anything like this, and if so, did you get help? And if so, then how did you get through it? Or if not, is there anything else you can say to help? So here's a guy who moved to a new high school. He has his picture in his avatar, so I'm going to guess that he's about a sophomore, just by looking at his picture. What do you guys think? If you switch high schools, how do you make your guy friends?
I've never had to deal with that, but I guess I've seen people come to my high school. I mean, when I was in high school, I remember seeing people come to my high school and they were kind of alienated immediately, and everybody's kind of standing around trying to figure out what kind of guy is this, like what clique does he really fit into, because nobody knows. So that's one advantage you have. Like maybe at your old high school you were like, I don't know how to say this, maybe you weren't a very popular guy, but nobody knows that at the new high school. So when you go in there, act like you're a badass, and you are a badass. That's the advice I would give.
That's bad advice.
Yeah, act like a badass and you'll get your ass kicked.
No, I don't mean like a badass as in like come in and like start karate chopping people. I mean walk in and be social, talk to people, be like, be open,
Generally you'll fall in with the same kind of people you had at your old high school. As long as you be yourself, you eventually mold into one of the groups.
All right. Well, hopefully you won't end up playing Dungeons and Dragons with Wings and his group. End up like
Hey. Our group of nerds ruled the school, son. The jocks might have looked like they did.
What?
Oh, God.
That is the only high school in America where the nerds ruled it. But, when I looked at his picture, he looked like he could play a sport,
That's another good way to find friends, too. I mean, because when I switched schools, I immediately went to the football team, and that was just, immediate friends right away. So, I mean, that's a good way to also, join a chess club or something, if you don't play sports, do something. I guarantee you'll get friends easily.
Anybody ever went to Conway High School knows that's a complete lie, because we pretty much win the football championship every year. Football's huge in the South.
Oh, the nerd ruling the school was a complete lie.
Yeah. Conway High, it's always Conway High, Marlboro County around here.
Fear lied about making friends off the football team. I'm like,
yeah.
Why would you think that?
That's what I thought he said. I was like, all right.
So actually, I just got a message as we do this. I hope this is a good show. He says, "Thank you for your softness. I think how you deal with that topic of that guy being bi was done in a very touching way, and I'm proud of you, and it makes me happy. I used to have the exact same problem, and there used to be this kid, male, I get this sexual feeling for, but they passed over time. I think what you told the kid is correct, and you dealt with it maturely. So that made me feel good."
Nice.
Yeah.
Are we going to do a prank call this week? I think we should. We skipped it last week.
Okay. Kyle, you down for this? I know it kind of puts you on the spot. You're Captain Prank.
Oh, I'm always ready. You just got to get me a number and
He's
a topic.
Captain Ever Ready, son.
So
he's always down to bust.
to the stream. We're going to try and work a prank call into this podcast before we wrap it up. Here's how you do it, if you could help us. My Twitter is WoodysGamertag on Twitter. Send me a URL to like a Craigslist ad or something that we can call, and it has to have a phone number. So the funniest things are when people are selling something really weird, like, I don't know, that they're offering an awkward service, or like they're selling sheep, or they're selling porn, or whatever. If they're selling like corrugated steel off their backyard, it doesn't give Kyle a lot to work with compared to, say, a sheep, where Kyle knows exactly how to work a sheep. Trust me. So give me a URL. Phone numbers in the stream. It seems like too often they turn out to be like reverse prank calls where we're calling subs or subs friends or whatever. And, URLs that don't have phone numbers in, and that's an easy mistake to make too. You look at it like, oh, this guy's selling, puppies. This is going to be great. And then all of a sudden there's no phone number on the page. So tweet
Kyle's
me.
got
We'll do that.
a lot to live up to. Didn't last time, Kyle, you get a guy to get ready to have a man-on-man sex with you?
I talked to a guy.
Last time I called a guy, he was selling Playboys, and I talked the guy into pouring a bubble bath, getting in it, and waiting on me to come to his house so we could hook up.
And he was going to get a discount on the porn he was selling based on his performance.
Yes.
Yes.
And you got that one guy that gave you the underground link to some panda porn.
I found another guy who could link me to porn with pandas and humans. I was like, that's what I'm looking for, man. I'm looking for the good stuff. He's like, oh, good stuff hard to find. I'm like, come on. I want it. Oh, maybe at a computer show you can find panda porn. And I'm like, yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. I gotta get to that computer show. Yeah. Go computer show. You find very good. I don't
think panda porn exists at all.
I hope panda doesn't exist.
Rule 34, baby.
I don't know who I feel more sorry for, the panda or the other person.
I have a theory on that, actually. Like, here's my idea on, like, this is gonna be, I'm gonna get ripped on forever on this. But here's the thought. If you were to have sex with, like, a chicken, that is wrong. It's terribly wrong. Because the chicken has no choice in it. You can physically dominate that chicken. However, if you have sex with a panda, that's consensual. Right? That panda is down. If the panda doesn't want to have sex with you, that panda won't have sex with you. Yeah. So there you have it. Like horses, grizzly bears, pandas, dinosaurs. If those are the things that you're into and it's consensual, get some, baby. But if it's like chicken or puppies or cats or whatnot, that's just mean.
I guess it depends if you're catching or pitching as well. I mean.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess if you're catching, it's almost always consensual. If you somehow get off on a tiny little chicken pee-pee, like I'm sure Wings knows more about chicken pee-pees than I do.
Yeah, I don't know about cocks. I don't know anything about that. But I'm just saying, like, if they
got innies.
Oh, they have innies?
Yeah, they have innies. You can't visibly see them.
Then how do they reproduce?
Like a snake.
Oh.
Snake. It doesn't come out till it gets an erection.
Kyle, are you interested in calling a guy selling his World of Warcraft account? There's actually a lot of choices here, so you don't have to jump on it, but it looked kind of interesting to me. He does have 310 flying speed.
What a faggot. Oh, now I'm a homophobe. Damn it.
All right. Hey, while we're on the topic, somebody's selling a bull. It's a 1,200.
Big, strong Russian bull.
It's a Normandy bull. So I would, it's kind of World War II reference.
I don't know anything. I don't know.
No? Is it a bowl like you smoke pot or a bowl like you eat cereal in?
A bull, kind of like a cow.
A bull like that makes bullshit.
Oh, a bull.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Ooh, here's a guy renting out.
Oh, I know what you can do with the bull.
Bus. It's like
you
a
can ask
limo
about the
that
bull's
you can.
Nuts.
No, dude, I'm not asking about bull nuts.
There's a limo here.
Got this strong set.
Cal, there's a guy. They're selling a party bus, limo, etc. I'm looking at the inside of this party bus. There's actually a stripper pole in it.
Nice.
All right. And it's in LA too, which is time zone favorable. So let's call these guys. All right, it should start ringing in a moment.
Hello. Hello.
Hey there, I'm calling about the party bus.
Yes, how can I help you?
I had a few questions about it. I was wondering how many does it seat?
32 people?
Wow, that's nice. And does it I think I saw does it have a stripper pole?
Yes, we do.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Now, and how much are you selling it for?
We're not selling the bus.
you're
We're
renting
a
it. That's
service
right.
company.
That's what I thought. Okay. See, my friend linked me to this. He didn't give me all the information to it. All right. So,
Are you looking to buy one?
well, I mean, all right. So let me tell you what I do. Like, I used to work at Chippendales, and so me and a couple of my buddies, we weren't really making a lot of money there stripping, but we found out that if we went home with some of the clients, we could make a lot of money, like stripping for them privately at their homes. And so we've got this group of older women, in their late 50s and 60s. And so we've signed up about 15 of them for this sort of like party bus. So me, my buddy Rod, and my buddy Max, we're going to be, get all oiled up, be back there stripping for the ladies. And, whatever happens. So I was wondering, is the bus driver going to be okay with, some crazy stuff going on back there? I mean, I was kind of thinking about seeing how it would go if I rented a bus, and then if it went well, we could just buy a bus, maybe go into business for ourselves. I don't know. What do you think?
What kind of budget do you have to buy a bus?
I've got about $25,000 for down payment, and then I can get the financing for the rest, no problem.
I see. Well, obviously, you can buy a bus anytime. As far as we're concerned, you can use the bus for partying, but not for any specific acts.
Okay, so let me ask you this:
stripping.
If maybe I slip the driver, $100 out of my little diamond studded G-string, maybe he could just turn a blind eye.
No, we're not talking about driver. We're talking about our policy. You can do all kinds of dancing and partying, but it's not a motel room as such.
Yeah, but see, these old ladies pay top dollar for like hard cock. Okay, they're DTF, if you know what I mean. They're down to fuck. Okay, and you get a few glasses of champagne into these old gals, and they are rough and wild. Let me tell you, they know what they're doing.
Well,
so you don't think you can turn a blind eye? I'll tell you what. I'll offer you this.
No, we don't. We don't turn any blind eye.
If you could turn a blind eye to that, I would let you come on, and you could hook up with a couple of the old gals. There's this one redhead.
Hold on a second.
No, you hold on a second. I'm talking to you. I'll come down there. I got 11 inches of ponage right here.
How come this number doesn't show your area code?
What do you need my area code for? What are you, gay?
I mean, how come it doesn't show your number?
It's because I'm calling you from my office. It's over Skype.
I see. Yeah, we wouldn't be interested in any arrangement like that.
Would you be interested in my 11 inches of ponage?
Okay, you hung up.
Yeah, I thought so.
That was great. That was absolutely great.
I think I was
Nicely played, Kyle. Nicely done. All right, so do you want to do one more? Oh,
I'm always
some time. Actually, we're about an hour and 10 minutes into it. These usually last between hour and 20, 2 hours. So here's a guy selling a boar and pygmy goats. If you there's some pictures of the goats here. They're in LA, so it's time zone friendly. And I for the stream and the podcast, I just put a link in this Skype.
The goats, are they selling them as pets or for like goat milk? Like, do they specify what kind of, are they special goats?
I think the usage of the goat is where the funny comes in.
Well, I was hoping that, alright, if they're like petting zoo goats, then I'm gonna say that I'm gonna eat them.
I can say this. The babies are $100, and they're said to be very playful here in the ad. Oh, all right. And the boar is said to be a gorgeous stud.
Oh, my God.
All right, call him up. I got this.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to be calling Olga and Pedro.
Wait, when's Martin Luther King Day?
I don't know.
That's important.
All right, can you research it? I'll get the phone call cooking here.
January 15th. Or somebody saying 17th. All right, 2 people said 17th. All right, I got this. And it is going to be a Russian one, okay?
All right. Okay, it should start to ring soon.
Oh, this guy's going to get so owned.
Bueno.
Hello, I saw your ad for the goat and the boar.
¿No habla español?
No
¿Aló?
no habla
Un
español.
momento. A ver.
Mando
¿Con qué
think
está haciendo?
hours.
Dice que ocupa. Hello? Hello?
I am calling about the advertisement you have for the goats and the boar.
Oh, que papá, que quiero un chivo. But who is it?
I think this is a no-go.
Yeah, I hung up on that one. I'm 90% sure that kid was too young to be pranked. And,
That, and unfortunately, they are non-English speaking individuals.
It sounds like they was trying to find the English person in the house.
Yeah, they were trying to find who could speak the best English to speak to a Russian.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, your Russian voice is it's out of this world. To be honest with you, it's really good.
Oh man, it's
basically what I was
well-practiced.
gonna do with that. I was gonna be like,
Okay, so what I need, I am throwing big party for all of my friends. I need the boar and I need 3 goats. We have a cult. It is the cult of Methuselah, but cult is a naughty word. We do not like to hear this. It is a new religion. And first we will slaughter the goat and we will all feast upon them. And then we have virgin get fucked by boar and she will bear us the reincarnation of Methuselah, our god. This all happens on the 17th. It happens to fall on Martin Luther King Day, so everyone get day off.
All right, Kyle.
like,
check the stream for the link here. There's a guy, phone number. It's in California, so it's time zone friendly. They're selling what looks to be some sort of strap-on penis called the Wizinator that allows women to use urinals from a standing position.
beast mode.
All right.
Oh my god.
Call that. I don't know why my mind works like this. I wish my mind worked like this for calculus, but I've already decided how I'm going to make this funny.
All right. It should be ringing soon.
This is an individual or a business?
I can't tell.
That's cool. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes. Hey there.
Hello?
Hello.
Who is it?
This is
Who are
Kyle.
you looking for?
This is Kyle. I'm calling about your ad on Craigslist.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I saw the Wizinator. I had a couple questions about it, okay?
Yes.
All right, see, my use is a little bit different, I'm sure, than what would be the norm. I had an accident a few years ago, and I actually lost most of my penis. And
Okay.
so this would be perfect for someone like me, because as you can imagine, it's extremely embarrassing, like, you know, I can't use a urinal anymore. I have to go sit down to pee in the stall. So I had a couple questions about it. Is there any chance of it leaking? Like, I'm not sure how it works.
No, there's always a chance of something leaking, but this is like new.
Do you think I could come in and could I come by and test one out?
I only have one. I mean,
Oh, you only have the one.
yeah, that's
Okay.
all I have. There's one that I purchased, and
So I take it it's used.
I don't sell them normally. This is just for us, for my best friend, and then, can you hold on a second?
Yes. What's going on here?
You could be a YouTube commentator with a very tiny penis.
Oh, I'm way ahead of you.
All right.
I think he might have hung up. My
Yeah,
dreams,
he's
my
gone.
dreams of pissing standing up will never come to fruition.
You want to do a last one here?
Yeah, sure. Since the old guy there didn't want to sell me his fake cock.
This one is selling bullhorns. It looks like they belong on a Boss Hogg's car from Dukes of Hazzard, and some whips. Is this something you want to work with? Well, I'll give you the URL. Oh, they're in Vancouver. Why aren't I looking at the URL?
Let's see here. Oh, those are scary whips. This is like decorative, though. This is kind
You
of
sound like a guy that's been whipped once or twice.
I mean, maybe a little spanking here and there.
Right.
Yeah, we can try that.
Oh, wait. Here's another guy. He's not selling. This is in the wanted area. He's looking for animal skulls, animal furs, pelts, rugs, claws, horns, weird or unusual taxidermy items, sideshow items, brains
Done.
in jars. All right. Let me give you the URL so that you can look at the list here and prepare.
Oh, I don't need to see it. I know where I'm going with this.
All right.
I already got this one down.
Takes me a moment here, just one bit.
This is going to be fun.
It should ring soon.
James?
Hey there, I was calling about your ad on Craigslist.
Yeah.
So you're looking for some unusual stuff, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, well, I've got kind of a doozy here. Let me tell you. So I'm my name's Kyle, by the way. I've been living, well, I guess I still am, living with my mother, for the last, 8 years. I moved back in after I had a surgery, and last year she actually passed away. And the problem was that her social security checks were all that were keeping me going, because with my injury, I'm not able to work anymore. So I didn't tell anyone that she passed away. So I put her in a vat of acid, and I have her skull, I guess is what I'm trying to say, and I don't know what to do with it. Okay?
Yeah, you're funny, dude. You're an idiot. Thanks for calling me and being a jackass.
You don't want my mother's skull? Like really? I gotta get it out of here, dude. It's starting to smell.
He just hung up. All right. He wasn't down.
Kyle, you formulate these ideas so fast.
See, I thought that was good backstory, too. I can't believe. Come on.
I think you would. Yeah, if only you could have cured cancer with a brain like this.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If only I could do this with calculus instead of fucking with people's heads.
Kyle, I can't tell if this girl's bicycle contraption is awesome or just not good enough without the picture. Can you look at the link in the description?
I am checking it out.
The ultimate Euro trike is for sale.
It looks retarded.
It really does.
Like, it looks like you would put like a 4-year-old in there and they would have like the worst accident of all time. And then you would have to use that handle to like drag them to safety.
Wait a minute. Ah, crap. There's somebody selling used girls' underwear without a phone number.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Shit. You can do that? And Jesus Christ, I could be a millionaire. Oh, I don't think anybody would buy that.
Used girls' underwear? I think it's quite the booming business.
Really?
Oh, wait a minute. Here's a company that does Brazilian waxing, which for people who don't know, that's full bald. Yeah. And oh my, we're looking for models who will let us practice on them. We're very professional and experienced in wax and waxing, not just Brazilians, but we had training on Brazilians, just no hands-on. We'd like to get some experience for models who will participate. We need 10 models or so. If you're interested, call Megan. So this woman, Megan, wants to rip off women's pubic hair. There's a phone number.
Let's see how she feels about mine.
All right. I'll get this cooking.
Is this a paying job or?
No, she's just looking for the opportunity to remove pubic hair for free.
Okay, I got this. Boom, 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 boom.
FPS Brian.
I can't do that. Come on, answering machine.
61240888701 is not available right now. Please leave a detailed message after the tone.
Hi, my name's Brian, and I'm responding to your ad on Craigslist. I saw that you were offering, you needed some models for some Brazilian waxing, and I've been searching everywhere for someone who could do a good job. They always, I end up with a lot of chafing usually, and it's a rough sight. So I would be more than willing to volunteer, especially if it's free, because it's quite expensive, as you know. And I'm just wondering, is it a full Brazilian wax? Because I need you to go from the tip of the top all the way to the back of the back, if you know what I mean. And I get a little hairy back there. So if you could get back to me, the best way to get a hold of me, because I work on YouTube, is to message me there. It's Goldglove TV. So just message me there, and yeah, have a nice day, sweetie.
I hung up. Oh, that was freaking genius.
Alrighty then.
Well played. Well played.
Goldglove hates it when I do that. He's gonna message me in like 5 seconds.
All right. Do you want to call it a wrap there?
I think so.
All right. So yeah, that was Painkiller already. It was episode 36, and I hope that you guys enjoyed.
All right, good times.